Hello, my name is Collection Connoisseur. I collect digital thingamabobs and video games. Today I'm playing Monster Train. Today on Monster Train, we are doing the next expert challenge. We're getting near the bottom, and I recall looking at it last time. The hero we need. Your champion is amazing, your spells not so much. So our champion, we start with Mark of a Champion and Mark of an Exile. Alright, so our champion has more attack and health, but the spells cost +1 Ember, which is pretty bad because the spells are the most common thing you're going to play. So that is painful. For this one, we want to do something that has a good champion. I do want to play as the Melting. I don't know if Little Fade is going to be great here because the starting bonuses don't really help Little Fade all that much. So maybe playing the Melting is not a great plan for this one. Let's consider something else. Maybe we could play as the Wurmkin. Playing as the Wurmkin where we get the Spine Chief. That might be good. So if we're playing as the Wurmkin, we have not won with the Wurmkin Umbra in a long time. Let me look at my notes. Well, it says it right there. Covenant rank 14, Wurmkin Umbra. When we did that, we did normal primary Wurmkin exiled Umbra. I'm going to go with the primary Wurmkin because of the My True Form. But let's do primary Umbra so that we have a different thing that we're doing. Shade Splitter is going to cost 2. I mean, the starting spells are going to be even more terrible than they normally are. Alright, Wurmkin Umbra, let's go. Spells are bad, units are good. Well, is a Bogfly unit good? I don't know. Ant Umbra Assault is okay. Ancient Resonance, deal 5 damage to enemy units per echo. That's pretty interesting. The problem is it's going to cost 3. We're going up against Seraph the Temperant. Is that the one that we haven't defeated 10 times? I think it is. Oh man, we've got to win this one. Alright, let's see what we can do. These are our random starting cards. They're not great, honestly, but that's mostly because of the Arduous Arcana. And let's see what we do with our champion. Our champion, we really want it to have more attack and health because of the benefits we get there. So the Infector is probably the right choice because it gives us the most benefits from Mark of a Champion and Mark of an Exile. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. So, the Infector is what we're doing. Our champion is going to be big and strong. Let's see what our artifact is. I don't think we want Hardened Hull. It's hard to know if we do. When an egg unit is summoned, remove Shell 3 and apply Armor 30. I mean, honestly, Hardened Hull makes it so that choosing egg units is pretty decent to do, compared to it not being decent at all if we don't have Hardened Hull, or some other thing that makes egg units better. So maybe we take Hardened Hull because of that. Teeth of Gold is a nice one to do, especially since getting spells to hit the back unit is going to be hard, because the spells cost an additional 1. I think we take Hardened Hull, because that opens the possibility of doing egg units, and when our spells are bad, we probably want to lean more towards units. Don't know if that's the right choice, but it's the choice we've made. Let's go to the first battle. The first battle should be easy, I think, because our champion is really good. Do we want to turn on Mark of an Invasion? I don't know. I want the gold, though. Let's turn it on. I might regret turning this on, but I don't know that I will. It's much harder because the spells cost more, and that means that we might take damage at the very beginning. we can actually defeat all 3 of them at the top, but only if we put our Spine Chief in front and the Train Steward behind, which is kind of weird. That is kind of weird to do, especially because we have Shade Splitters. Huh. We could just accept that we're going to take some damage. If we accept that we're going to take 3 damage on the first turn, then we should play the Train Steward in front first, so that it gets the Ember Drain. And then we can play the Spine Chief behind it with a Fracture on one of these. Okay, so that's our start. It's not a great start. We did take 3 damage because of how we started. And we don't have a great way to take those out because we don't have a great way to deal damage to enemy units. See, we could do a Shade Splitter, or we could play a Train Steward in front again and do another Fracture. I really want to hit the Collector, so I think I will. I think we're going to do Train Steward in front, let the Train Steward die yet again, play a Fracture on the Collector. We're accepting 3 more damage, so we're going to take 6 damage because of Mark of Invasion, and then after that we might be fine. Unfortunately, I really can't play my Bogfly anywhere because it will just die. It won't just die in the center this turn, but it surely will next turn. So I'm not going to play the Bogfly. Okay, this turn we can't afford to put something in front of my Spine Chief to die. Both because it probably won't die, and because it would give you damage shield, which is bad for us. I think we probably play Umbra Assault. You see, the Fracture would kill you, which is very nice. The Umbra Assault could kill this one and give us a morsel. Give us 2 morsels. Let's do that. And we got a Magma Morsel. That is pretty good. Yes, because that means that we kill the Apprentice of Light this turn. We just put the Magma Morsel behind. Apprentice of Light dies, and we can even put a Train Steward somewhere so that it can die. Put a Train Steward at the bottom. Okay. We're basically we've won this battle at this point. But not without some pain. Not without a little bit of pain. I probably just want to play Umbra Assault and maybe a Bogfly at the top. Let's do that. Umbra Assault here. Kill you. We got a Morsel Miner. That's nice. Morsel Miner. And then it's probably good to play a Bogfly at the top because of the strike that grants echoes. Probably better than playing Umbra Morsel. Although at this point we probably have already won. If we put the Umbra Morsel here, our Train Steward will survive a little bit longer. Alright. We basically won the first battle. Do I just play a Bogfly? You know what? Sure. Just play a Bogfly, play Fracture on you, and click End Turn. There. We only take 10 damage. Okay. How do I feel so far? I feel like we need stuff. I think we need more stuff. I don't know if I want more Bogflies. The Echo Infusion, I really like the Echo Infusion. Especially when it's infused. I think I'm going to take Echo Infusion. And then Prismal Dust, I think that's going to be X -1, unfortunately. I think that's how Arduous Arcana affects X-cost cards. It might still be worth trying it. And then the other question is, would we prefer to do Packed Morsels or Making of a Morsel? Just because more morsels is probably good. I think I'm going to take the Prismal Dust, and might be sad, based on how Arduous Arcana affects it. I might be sad. Merchant of Steel, we could put stuff on our Bog Flies. On the other hand, we could go to the Merchant of Magic to make our spells cost less, because right now they cost a lot. I think we should go to Merchant of Steel, because we do have some things we would put on. Let's look at this first. Immortal Stone. Ooh, that might change our choices here. You know, I do really like my morsel makers. I really do like my morsel makers. It does mean that I'm gonna have not enough space to add morsels at the top if I have my morsel maker and my champion at the top. But still, the morsel maker is so nice that I'm gonna have to take it anyway. We didn't really get something that I really wanted an Immortal Stone on. We could put it on one of the Bog Flies. I don't know that it really helps much with the Bog Flies, though. We could put a Heartstone on our Morsel Maker, so that it doesn't die very easily. And then Purging cards is good. I think we take the Heartstone, put it on Morsel Maker, and then we probably re-roll. Oh, Frenzy Stone. Do we want that on a Bog Fly? Maybe. A Bog Fly with a Frenzy Stone might be quite strong. Maybe. And maybe not. On the other hand, we could just get an Echo Stone and put it on Morsel Maker. Or we could do both of those things. Man, I wish I had an egg unit to put the Frenzy Stone on. I really like the Frenzy Stones. I think the Echo Stone on the Morsel Maker makes a lot of sense. So let's do that. Do I really want to buy a Frenzy Stone or a Bog Fly? Maybe? Maybe. How much do I really want a good Bog Fly? I kind of do. Alright, let's make a Bog Fly that might be good. And might be useless. But we've spent our money on it. Let's go into the next one. Alright, the Reconcilers. That's annoying. Non-boss enemies units enter with spikes 3 is also annoying for the Bog Fly that I just upgraded. But I think we can handle it. With what else we're doing, I think we can handle it. Turn it on. Get more gold. We haven't really gotten any pack shards yet, so this is going to be easier than normal. Except that maybe those pack shards would have been good for us. I don't know. So I don't want to play that Bog Fly yet. Or wait a minute. Yes, I do. Because we could put the Bog Fly in the back. At the top. Okay. So at the top we're having Spine Chief, Morsel Maker, and the Bog Fly. And then we're going to do Echo Infusion on our champion. Okay. You know, actually that's pretty good. Luckily, these Scourge cards are not spells, so they don't cost more to play. Kind of want to play Fracture on the Collector again. It means that we would keep the Sinner's Burden, but I'm really not worried about the Sinner's Burden right now. Let's do it. We're sacrificing things in order to gain gold, which may turn out to be bad at some point. But if we can use that gold effectively, it might be worth it. Okay, so the magma morsel is going to kill itself. And I don't think there's a way that we can have it not kill itself. Right. Because it's going to kill itself on the Forged Disciple. So magma morsel dies this turn. It's kind of sad. We can play an Umbra Assault on you, or just a Fracture on you, to get rid of you. And then we have problems getting rid of this Forged Disciple. Maybe we should put the Fracture on the Forged Disciple. Reap deals damage. Yeah, so Reap is going to hit the armor. I think we should put Fracture on the Forged Disciple. That does mean we're going to get more Sinner's Burdens, but, you know, our spells are not very good, so how bad are Sinner's Burdens? Okay, we kind of want to deal with things at the top. We're not killing the Reconciler, but we are killing the Forged Disciple. Ooh, at the cost of our Bogfly, though? That's kind of ugly. So what's happening here? The Spine Chief is killing the front one. And then the Magma Morsel is dealing 6 damage. The Morsel Maker is dealing 8 damage. So that's 14 damage. And then you are going to deal 20. Because we're going to have another Echo. So how do you die? Oh, because you also have Reap. So you're dying from Reap. Well, unfortunately, I think we're going to get 4 damage because you're going to go to the top. Playing Shade Splitter up here doesn't do much. Playing Train Stewards down here doesn't do much. And you know what? This Bogfly is going to die from the boss anyway, because the boss has Sweep. So the Bogfly is not valuable to keep. It would be nice to kill the Reconciler, though. I don't think we can kill the Reconciler, even if we play Shade Splitter up here. So, Reconciler is going to go to the top. That means we might as well play Sinner's Burden, Train Steward, Train Steward at the bottom. Just get rid of those Train Stewards. Okay, we're drawing a lot of Sinner's Burdens next turn. There's not much that we can do. But we can play Fracture. We could play Fracture on one of those. But I don't know if that matters much, because our champion can take out the High Priest. Yeah, let's play Fracture on one of these. And then play Sinner's Burden, and, you know, put a Bogfly out here, so that it can just die. And then we somewhat easily win. Great. I am sad that we'll never have space to put the morsels. That's the one problem with the deck that we have currently, is that when we get more morsels, we don't have space to put them. If we just had another unit that we wanted to, you know, put on a different floor and add morsels to, it would be fine. An infused Bogfly, you know? I don't know if I really want so many Bogflies. I think we skip these. Or we take the Bounding Echoes. Bounding Echoes costing 1 is kind of annoying, but it tends to be a pretty decent card to have. I think we skip. Mind Collapse. We never looked at what X-cost cards do. I'm gonna take Mind Collapse, because I think X-cost cards might not be affected by it. It doesn't look like they have been so far, but we didn't really check during the battle. Okay, we can gain a free artifact and potentially an Umbra unit. I think units are probably good if we can get something that we want. I don't think duplicating is the right thing currently. So let's go to the right. Let's look at the Divine Temple. We see a Twin Stone and a Seek Stone. Don't know if those are going to change my decisions, but they might. Alright, what do we do first? get the unit first. Morsel Master, and it's infused. Alright, so one of the things that we could do is take the Morsel Master and sacrifice it to our existing Morsel Maker, because the unit essence does exactly what you want. We might do that. That is something that could really make this ridiculous. Next, I think we do Concealed Caverns. What do we have? We have chests. I mean, I want a lot of money, but I don't know if I can spend 25 pyre health on it right now. Let's just do a little. Because I do want the money, but my pyre health I've kind of been spending on money already. And then next is the artifact. When a card with extract is played, gain 1 and 1. I don't think the Iron Drop Cage is ever going to affect us. Can't really think of a Wurmkin or Umbra card that does those things. As far as extract cards, we currently only have one. We've got Echo Infusion. But it does mean Echo Infusion is free. And better. Okay, well, Divine Temple. We might just do Engage Pact, because I don't know what we would do with Seek Stone. Yeah, these are not the stones we want. Seek Stone, Twin Stone is so much worse with Arduous Arcana. So I think we just do the Engage Pact. And I think we are sacrificing the Morsel Master. It's sad that this one is infused and this one is not, but this makes the Morsel Maker so much better. So much better. Alright. And that's our first 25 pack shards. I don't know how we're going to get the rest. I mean, I guess we'll get 30 from just getting artifacts. I'm sure we'll get there. I have had no problem getting pack shards in the past. Enemy units enter with armor 5. Talos attacks every turn and pushes units back. That's annoying. Pushing units back is really annoying. Okay, Talos is at the bottom. Is Talos gonna go to the top? Should we put the Morsel Master in front? If we put it in front, then the units never get pushed back. I think we should put our Spine Chief in front. So, Morsel Maker, Morsel Master, Morsel Maker, and a Spine Chief at the top. Okay, well, that was a turn. We didn't do much that turn, but it was a turn. Now, okay, so this is not affected by Arduous Arcana. Interesting. Very interesting. Mind Collapse does 6 damage right now, so we could actually kill one of these, which is kind of nice. Let's kill this one. And then Shade Splitters are pretty bad. We could add a Fracture to the Trusted Priest so that perhaps it would die up there. Let's add a Fracture to the Trusted Priest. Or we could add a Fracture to the boss. But I think we have no problem with the boss. We have problems with everything else, because we can't really deal with them with spells. Okay. You're only getting 1 damage. Interesting. We can't fit our Bogfly, of course. I guess you're not just getting 1 damage because you're healing. So how much damage are you getting? You're gonna push my big unit back, which means we spend all of our attack defeating the Forged Disciple. Sad. I think the best that we can do is play an Umbra Assault to knock you down a little bit. We're going to take damage from the Trusted Priests. And possibly one of those, which is real bad. Okay. Well, I think the best we can do is start hurting you. And put a Train Steward at the bottom to get rid of the Train Steward. I don't think we want to play our Bogfly, our potentially good Bogfly this turn. But if we don't play it this turn, are we playing it? That's the next question. I think we therefore play it this turn. Because otherwise we're just not playing it. Okay, so we're going to take 5 damage from the Trusted Priest. That hurts. And then, I mean, the Echo Infusion is pretty nice. We could do Echo Infusion on anybody here. Guess we could do it on who's in front now. And then we didn't get what I wanted to defeat you, but we can defeat you with a Fracture instead. We can't defeat you with a Fracture. We'll have 4 Echoes, which does not do enough. So we defeat you. And then we play a Train Steward at the bottom. Where do we want the Train Steward? If we put it in front, Talos ends up killing it, which is the best that could happen. Because then we still have a Train Steward meat shield for our theoretically good Bogfly. It's only theoretical because we need echoes down there for it to matter. Okay, so this one is a little bit of a problem. Oh, we're killing both of them. Never mind. You've been improved enough that it's not a problem. Great. Now what? You are potentially a problem. We could play Ancient Resonance to kill everything in the center. I guess that's the best we can do, right? I think that's the best we can do this turn. Ancient Resonance here. Play a Bogfly here. Just in case the Bogflies are ever good at the bottom. It's hard to play infused cards when they cost so much. Okay, so right now, we could defeat you with a Mind Collapse, and that's probably the best that we can do with our starting thing. So let's do that. Defeat you with a Mind Collapse still allows us to play something down here, like Fracture on the boss. Fracture on the boss. Alright. It'd be nice if it wasn't just our top floor that had stuff. We could deal damage to things before they make it to the top floor, which we can't really do right now, and it's kind of bad. So we could do another Echo Infusion. We could do another Fracture. Let's do a Fracture. Echo Infusion actually refunds its cost. And then possibly a Prismal Dust is better than the other things we could do. Alright. We took 10 damage during the battle. From Trusted Priests, of all things. But we win this one pretty easily. We're defeating bosses okay, because we've got one unit that gets really strong. But one unit getting really strong doesn't really do enough, because it only kills one unit a turn. Oh, I do like my Perfect Insanities. I think we take Perfect Insanity. The other option is Kindle here, because another X-Cost card is actually pretty worthwhile now that we see the X-Cost cards do the thing right. And Umbra Stone. Umbra Stone applying Trample is pretty strong. Any one of these makes sense. I think I'm going to go with the Umbra Stone, because the Perfect Insanity is really hard to play since we need 6 echoes, and getting 6 echoes is really hard when spells cost an additional 1. So, I mean, we only need 5 echoes, technically, because Perfect Insanity is infused. But I think we need the Umbra Stone more. Okay. We could get another Morsel Maker. We could get an Alloyed Construct. So this is interesting. If I could take Morsel Maker and Alloyed Construct, I definitely would. What if we take Alloyed Construct and it becomes the new thing that we put in front of Morsel Maker instead of our champion? Let's do it. And then I feel like we really need Fel's Remorse. Sadly, we just need more Ember more than anything else. Definitely want to go to the Unstable Vortex. Going to the Merchant of Steel to improve the card I just got is good, and getting another Umbra banner might be good. But we have a Wurmkin banner over here, which is also fine. If we go right next time, we'll see a Merchant of Steel, an Unstable Vortex, and a Herzl's Horde. So I feel comfortable going left here, because we'll see a Merchant of Steel in the future. Okay, let's peek at some things first. Eternal Stone makes things cost way too much. I don't think we can take it. We probably need an Ember Stone, but just to know that Eternal Stone is kind of bad, we probably won't take it. Extreme Stone and Purge Stone. We might actually take a Purge Stone this time. And then I think that we go here first. Ooh, the Infector has multi-strike. The Infector 2. Okay. Okay, I like the Infector 2. That might change my mind on putting who goes in front of our Morsel Maker. Also really makes me want to get a second Morsel Maker. So a duplicate effect would really, really benefit us. There's a duplicate effect there. No, that's a Pyre Remains. Duplicate effect there. That's pretty far away. But it probably is what we're going to do when we get there. Okay, next is the Wurmkin unit. I do like the Shard Soul Carver, technically. It just has... it takes up 3 space is the thing. I don't know if we can really take one of these. I would love to put something on the Alloyed Construct, though. It would make the Alloyed Construct take 3 space if we got the Shard Soul Carver and put it on the... and sacrificed it to that one. But the Inspire plus 2 attack and armor 2 is quite nice. I like it better than the Etch effect, because we don't have many consume cards. So I think I want to take Shard Soul Carver in order to sacrifice it. Do we sacrifice it now? Kind of think no. Extreme Stone could go on Mind Collapse. That's really nice for Extreme Stone. Could go on Ancient Resonance, but Ancient Resonance does cost 3. So it's probably better on Mind Collapse. Yeah, probably better on Mind Collapse. I think that's the only one we're taking, unless we're taking a Purge Stone. I think we are going to take a Purge Stone, because those Ant Umbra Assaults are pretty bad, and they're getting worse. And the Shade Splitters are real bad. The Shade Splitters are worse, aren't they? Alright, let's put it on a Shade Splitter. This gets rid of a Shade Splitter. Slowly. Slowly but surely. Let's... Are Train Stewards the worst? They're still bad. Let's remove Train Stewards. I'm going to remove a lot of cards, if I can help it. And I think we're done? No, the Merchant of Magic. We haven't done this yet. We certainly want Emberstone. Probably on Ancient Resonance. Although putting it on Echo Infusion is good too. Putting it on most anything else is kind of bad. Prismal Dust adds one more damage shield. The Surge Stone... Surge Stone makes the Umbra assaults a little bit better. I think we buy both of these and we reroll. So Emberstone, I'm going to put that on Ancient Resonance, I think. And then we're going to put a Surge Stone on an Umbra Assault. So one Umbra Assault we're keeping because it has a Surge Stone on it. Let's re-roll. Upgrade a spell to have Permafrost is useful. That's actually useful. In particularly, Ancient Resonance is pretty good with Permafrost, as well as Prismal Dust is good with Permafrost. Or the Umberstone for that matter, but kind of like the Ancient Resonance or Prismal Dust. I think I'll choose Prismal Dust because I want to add something to the Ancient Resonance that makes it like a True Stone. Something that makes it deal more damage. So let's add it to Prismal Dust. And then we could get an Emberstone, or we could start removing cards. I think I'm going to click the Emberstone this time. And put it on Echo Infusion, because Echo Infusion is good for an Emberstone. Sure. Okay. We could get another Surge Stone. But I don't think I want another Surge Stone. So let's leave. Okay, we've made a lot of upgrades there. Let's see if that's good. I don't think we can choose Heaven Seal, sadly. Because I think that we might want to deal damage as they go up, especially with things like Reap. So we're not going to turn that on. Well, kind of sad so far. I think that what we're going to do is play the Shard Soul Carver at the bottom and put a Fracture on the Absolver. And then we'll play the Spine Chief at the top. Spine Chief at the top, Shard Soul Carver at the bottom, Fracture on the Absolver. Okay. We got a Weight of Contrition. We're gonna get a lot of those, it looks like. Ooh, we still didn't get our Morsel Master. That's quite bad. That's quite bad. The Alloyed Construct is useless right now. We could put it in the center. It actually, well, it doesn't gorge, so it's kind of useless right now. Let's play the Weight of Contrition. I think we just play another Fracture on this one. Oh man. I don't think this is going well. Alright. Weights of Contrition are piling up. There's our Morsel Master. So there's a couple things that we could do this turn. And I don't know if we want... Let's see here. Let's do the Morsel Master first. Because we know we're going to do that, right? I could play the Ancient Resonance at the bottom to take out that Absolver. Because remember, we've got 5 Ember because of the Echo Infusion giving us an Ember. Which I guess we could just play first. Echo Infusion is going to go here no matter what, so let's do it here. Now, the Morsel Master is going to go at the top. There's no reason to not play the Weight of Contrition. So now the question is Ancient Resonance or Shade Splitter. The Shade Splitter could go here to give you a little bit of stuff, but I think you're just going to die. On the other hand, we could play Ancient Resonance to get rid of the next Weight of Contrition, which seems valuable. You're not dying. I think I'm going to play the Shade Splitter. We got a Rubble Morsel. Well, not the best, but at least we can play it up here. You're not dying. And you have spikes too. That's not great. Okay, well, at least our top is finally set up, but I don't like where we are at the top. We just took 4 damage. And we need something to take care of the back unit at the top this turn. Which we could do with a Fracture. Let's see here. We're going to play the Weight of Contrition, I think. We're going to play a Fracture at the top, so that we don't take 9 more damage. Or we could play Antumbra Assault. Antumbra Assault could kill one of these two to stop giving us Weights of Contrition. It can't kill you, which is annoying. What if we play a Fracture and an Antumbra Assault? So that's where we spend our 4. It's better than playing Shade Splitter somewhere, almost certainly. So, Fracture and Antumbra Assault. The Fracture can kill you up here. It could also kill anyone at the bottom too. The thing is, we don't really care about the damage that's being dealt up here, whereas we kind of care about the damage down here. So what if we do the Antumbra Assault at the bottom? Kill you. And then we play the Fracture at the top to kill you. And then we can play... We can't fit our Bogfly and these morsels, unfortunately. We could put a morsel, such as the Antumbra morsel, so that it takes the 6 damage there, and you survive slightly longer. Sure. And then our morsel excavator doesn't fit. So I guess we play it in the center to just let it die. Okay. Well, I don't think we're doing great in this battle. The Weights of Contrition are really bad, and they pile up quite a lot. The back unit is not dying. Really? I think it's taking a lot of damage, though. So you are doing 48 times 2. What does that do for us, the 48 times 2? The Shade Splitters are probably not worth playing. I'm going to play 2 Weights of Contrition. Okay, what we're going to figure out is if we can defeat the Clipped Shaman. So right now, you are doing 48 times 2. That is 96. 96 to you, which means you still have 9 health. If I deal you 3 damage, then one of these morsels kills you, the other morsel kills this one, and then you still only do 17 damage, which doesn't kill the back one. So it actually changes nothing if we do Antumbra Assault at the top. Because hitting the back one isn't viable, hitting the center one doesn't really do anything. Hitting the front one helps, but not enough for you to die. So we don't play Antumbra Assault at the top. I think that means we play a Shade Splitter at the bottom. And put a Magma Morsel right here. Okay, we're taking another 5 damage. I don't like that we're taking little bits of damage on our pyre all the time. It's not very nice. We've got a Mind Collapse and a Prismal Dust. The top is perfectly fine. The bottom, you know, the regen is going to take effect a lot. But right now, he kills both of our guys in one turn. And we want to change that. So, let's play the Weight of Contrition so we don't take that damage. Let's play a Shade Splitter so we purge it. Let's play Fracture down here. Do we play it on Pyrelite Master or one of the Absolvers? I think we played on an Absolver. Play a Fracture on an Absolver. Play an Umbra Morsel in front so that it takes a hit. And then play the Mind Collapse to slay you. And that allows me to play a Prismal Dust for 2 damage shield. 2 damage shield. If we did the 2 damage shield at the bottom, then we could do some interesting things, right? Like, we could play the 2 damage shield on the Umbra Morsel, which means the Umbra Morsel survives the 2 hits and this hit, and then it gets eaten, which is kind of neat. Okay, now we're doing 178 to the boss. Okay, you know, I kind of like that. I don't like how you have 13 attack, but, you know, the amount of health that I have at the top is pretty staggering, so I think we're fine. Do we play a Bogfly? The Bogfly won't survive. Maybe we just play Fracture, Shade Splitter, and play the Rubble Morsel. That uses up a little bit of his regen. Okay, and then we win. We win no problem, actually. How about that? Let's win. So our champion is strong. I have to say that our champion gets really strong. It's just that there's so many little enemies that get to the top and deal damage to the pyre. And it's hard to deal with those when spells cost more. Extract 3, apply Daze 3 to a unit and move it to the back. Soul Crushing Guilt isn't terrible. Revenge of the Damned is actually pretty nice. Remember, it kind of only cost 1 because of Carving Koriska, and it gives us a ton of echoes. It'd be nice if we had more benefit to all those echoes that we get, but I think Revenge of the Damned is actually a pretty decent spell. We want to add a stone to it, though. Crucible Extension doesn't really help any place that we have a Morsel Maker. Feast does, though, because we feast and we open a whole bunch of spots that we could then play other things. I mean, a whole bunch of spots is a little bit of an exaggeration, but I think we want the Feast. Okay. I said that we were going to the right, so that we got the Merchant of Steel and the Unstable Vortex. And an artifact. I like the right. Let's look at the Merchant of Steel first. We see an Immortal Stone again. Don't really know what to put that on. An Echo Stone is pretty nice with what we do. An Echo Stone on that Bogfly is not bad. Okay, so there's some things here that we like. Not the Immortal Stone, but we like the Echo Stone. And we might want the Shield Stone. Let's take our artifacts next. Chain of Gems is always nice. The Rationing Scales actually heals us right now. The Precious Plating also heals us right now. Huh. Do we want Rationing Scales? Is this one of the few times that I might actually want rationing scales? Chain of Gems might be better, but that damage shield 2 goes away real fast. I think I actually want rationing scales, so that even if we take damage, as long as we take less than 50 damage, then it's fine. Okay, rationing scales it is. That's such a weird choice for me. Oh, serrated mandibles? Serrated mandibles is incredible with how many echoes that we add. Serrated mandibles. By the way, remember at the beginning when we took Hardened Hull? We have not been able to use that at all. We didn't see a single egg unit. So maybe it was a bad choice. Let's remove 2 more Train Stewards. I have many other things that I wish to remove, but I still wish to remove the Train Stewards. Okay, I think that we take the Echo Stone, and I think we put it on this Bogfly. The Bogfly only has 5 health. Maybe we put the Echo Stone on the Alloyed Construct. Okay, I've changed my mind. Echo Stone on the Alloyed Construct. And then perhaps we don't re-roll, we save our money, we don't buy a Shield Stone, we just purge a card. Let's do that. This Ant-Umbra Assault is getting really bad, but is it as bad as a Shade Splitter? I think it is worse than a Shade Splitter now. Let's remove it. Okay. Now we move into the next one. Our deck did not greatly improve at the end of that one, other than Serrated Mandibles. But let's see. I do not like your Stealth. We might be able to beat that with just lots of health. But I don't know. And the Seal of Aggression seems real bad when we can't kill things with spells. So we just click Fight. We like the Spine Chief. I think what we want to do is put a Shade Splitter at the bottom so that we can do a Fracture in the future at the bottom. We could do a Fracture now, which is perfectly possible, but I think we'll have other ways to deal with the first few, and we want to have ways to deal with the next few, and add another morsel, I think. Kill one and add an echo, or get a morsel. No, let's kill one. Okay, so we kill one. Also, that gave Reap to you, which means if we get an echo on a future floor, on the middle floor, then that will cause you to die too. Good to know. We place our Morsel Master and Spine Chief at the top, and prepare to kill all the things at the top. Okay, we play a Fracture in the center. Things will go well. The Ancient Resonance could be played at the bottom to kill that middle one, which is the biggest problem, but it's, you know, this one's annoying too. The Shard Soul Carver, kind of want that in the center, but it's going to take a lot of damage if we play it right now in the center. The Alloyed Construct, we really need a second Morsel Maker to make that really work. So the Alloyed Construct is kind of waiting for a duplicate effect. Okay, I think we're going to put Shard Soul Carver in the center. And we're going to Ancient Resonance to just kill all those in the center right now. Sure. Oh no, we didn't have any echoes. That was the wrong thing to play. How foolish. Alright, well, that was a poor plan. Poor plan, I say. Alright. We really want to be able to kill the back one, like that one at some point. We need to play this Mind Collapse on this one this turn. So what else are we playing? I think we're playing a Shade Splitter in the center. Shade Splitter in the center, and a Fracture in the center. Let's play the Fracture on... Actually, we could play the Fracture on one of those. I'm worried about you, because we don't really do enough damage yet to take care of the front one, and do enough damage to kill you. So I'm worried about you, but I guess we don't care if we take less than 50 damage. So maybe we don't care about that guy getting to the top, because he's only going to do, like, you know, 24 damage to the fire. Oh, that's frightening, actually. Okay, well, could be worse. Certainly could be worse. Let's do something, right? I guess we're gonna play Fracture on you. So you deal 6 less damage to the pyre. And then we're gonna play the Mind Collapse on you. Both of those die, great. And then if we put a Rubble Morsel in front, our guy doesn't die. But you get more armor. How sad. Still, dealing 26 damage to the front one is helpful. We can't fit the Bogfly there, which is sad, and it's not a good time to play it at the bottom, unless we just want it out of the deck. You know, this is not the good Bogfly. Get it out of the deck. Okay, the top is currently sparing. Umbra Stone. Does Umbra Stone help? It helps only a little bit. Only a little bit. We do want to do the Echo Infusion up here. Or maybe we want to do it here. Because you getting 10 health is not bad. I don't know. We could play the Feast. Which is good if we play Umbra Stone. Let's do Echo Infusion up here, because it adds Reap if we play it up here. Or, not the Umbra Stone, the Echo Infusion. We also play the Umbra Stone? Also play Umbra Stone? Alright. And then we could play Fracture on something, or we could play Feast at the top. Both of those are valid options. I think playing a Fracture on you at the bottom might be good. Let's do it. Kills you, great. I was kind of hoping that we would randomly get a Reap on that one and have it die. You're going to deal some damage, but not 50 damage, so we're okay. Now, can we not die in the center? We can, because we can play an Antumbra Assault. Okay, interesting. We can also play Prismal Dust to apply 4 damage shield. Deal 5 damage twice. If we slay, we gain 2 echoes. Plus we gain an echo because it's infused, and an echo because of Serrated Mandibles. Or not Serrated Mandibles, Carving Koriska. So this actually just gives positive echoes. Let's play it. Okay. Not bad. Not bad, I say. Let's play the good Bogfly right here now. And then maybe we do play Prismal Dust on you. Alright. I liked that. That was a good turn. Now we actually have something to take care of some of the stealth on the boss, too. We could also take care of some of the stealth on the boss by playing Shade Splitters and the morsels that come out of them, or the Alloyed Construct. I want to play a Fracture on the boss. Let's start there. Okay, the back one is dying, but the middle one is still there. I think that the only thing that we can do to use up one of your stealth is Shade Splitter or Allied Construct. and neither of them use up 2 of your stealth. So the Shade Splitter is better because it adds another Echo, which means we get more Reap on somebody. Happened to go on the boss, which is both good and bad, because we really wanted the Silent Marksman to die too. But I think we're going to be just fine fighting this boss. We're actually dealing 20 damage. Are we using all of your stealth? I'm not sure, but Revenge of the Damned is here, which is also really good. Also Echo Infusion. Echo Infusion. Probably should have played Revenge of the Damned first. Didn't think about that. Let's do that. So that all of the Reap went on the boss. I think the boss is only getting damage from the Reap. Which, you know, fine. You're gonna get a lot of damage from Reap. 170 damage. Let's do it. You only have 2 stealth left, and you get destroyed at the top. Alright. So we actually did just fine in that battle. We only took 6 damage, and we just healed that up. So that went just fine. The Wurmkin etchings seems kind of bad. The Ancient Resonance we already have, and it's quite expensive to play. Returned Soul. Return a spell card from the discard pile, apply Infused, -1 and consume. I think that's worth it. I think that is worth it. So let's take it. Emberforge. You know, we could have an Emberforge. It's a weird one to choose, but you know, we could have an Emberforge. We kind of want the +2 Ember. I think we're gonna take Emberforge. Sure. Take Emberforge. And then what did we want to do here? I mean, I want to remove more cards. I also want to go to the Merchant of Magic. The Merchant of Steel is still not bad for us. This just translates into money, and not much money. So we could remove cards, or we could get a free artifact. I think I might choose the Merchant of Steel. We definitely have to duplicate. Duplicating is important. Man, that artifact could be the thing that changes things, but this to remove might be the thing that changes things. Alright, let's go left. So because we saved so much health, we actually get money. We're going to get 3 times 14 money. You know, it's not nothing. Divine Temple. We could do another Purge thing. We probably want to do the Engage pack this time. Probably. We can't do the Engage pack next time, which is when we're going to duplicate. Because we need to do that duplicate as soon as we can. So, let's do the Engage pack this time. We're sacrificing the Shard Soul Carver to the Alloyed Construct. Because that's the right way to do it, right? I think it is the right way to do it. So, Shard Soul Carver, we're sacrificing you to our Alloyed Construct. Now the Alloyed Construct is better. And then we do a Merchant of Steel. We see Large Stone. Large Stone. If we put that on the Alloyed Construct, it would take up 4 space, which means it could not go into the center with a Morsel Master. That's a problem. Unless what we're doing is we're adding more space. after this next battle, which we might want to do, maybe. I do really like that large stone, though. That might change what we're going to do for our next enhancement. We might take the one that adds space because we're taking a large stone. Okay, let's take the large stone, put it on Shard Soul on the Alloyed Construct. Alloyed Construct now takes up 4 space, which is a lot. And then we've got Heartstone and Shieldstone. We should probably put a Heartstone on the Bogfly. We could put a Shieldstone on the Ember Forge, so that the Ember Forge gives us Ember for a longer amount of time. I kind of like that. Let's get the Shieldstone and put it on Ember Forge. Alright. Remove 2 cards. This is really easy at this point. These Shade Splitters are getting so bad. Remove a Shade Splitter, remove another Shade Splitter. The Shade Splitters are so much worse than the Fractures for our deck right now. We don't have money. We could get another Purge Stone. I don't think I want to do that. I'm going to just go to Arcus, Darkness, Incarnate. Looming Dark Shard and Shattering Dark Shard. The Shattering is annoying because we will have things that die. But that is the way. The Looming Dark Shard, this is one of the first ones where it doesn't affect me that much. I mean, I say that now, it might actually, but this is one of the first ones that I'm not as worried about it as I normally am. So, see, we could put our Alloyed Construct at the top instead of the Spine Sheaf, because the Spine Sheaf could go in the center and get slowly improved with random morsels, whereas the Alloyed Construct could get hit by our Morsel Maker. Especially because the Morsel Maker is the only banner unit in the deck, so we're guaranteed to draw it next turn. Interesting. I mean, let's do it. So, Alloyed Construct at the top, Spine Sheaf in the center, Ember Forge at the bottom, or Fracture You. Honestly, both of those are valid options, but I think the Ember Forge. Oh, you got Reap 2 anyway. You died. Didn't need to play the Fracture. We play Ember Forges as our spells. Okay, and now we have more Ember because of our Ember Forge. We need to play the Morsel Master at the top, so we do that. We can play Fractures. We could play a Fracture at the bottom, then do a Mind Collapse, and then play another Fracture. Or we could play the Fractures in the center to hit Archus, because perhaps we want to hit Archus with Fractures. I think that the things going up the train are going to be a problem, but you know, we can do both of those things. I don't know. Let's Fracture Archus, actually. So Archus gets some Fracture. We Mind Collapse down here, which gives you 1 Reap, so you're going to die as well. Wonderful. And then we're going to Fracture Archus again. And then the Bogfly is going to go here. Sure. And then our Alloyed Construct at the top is now ready to hit things. Ready to hit things hard. We've got our good Bogfly, which we could play at the bottom, although the sweep makes it so that that's not worthwhile. As much as I wanted to play it at the bottom, the sweep makes it not worthwhile. How sad. Well, I think we play the Fracture and we play a Shade Splitter. I'm going to do both of those down here. Fracture on the boss. Shade Splitter we play down here, but then we play the morsel in the center. Yeah. We could actually save our Ember Forge by playing the Antumber morsel in front. No, we can't, because you attack first. Okay, never mind. Antumber morsel goes in the center, and it goes in front, because it doesn't die. And then we might play this Bogfly later. The fact that an enemy had sweep really messed up our plans there. Oh well. There goes the Ember Forge, so we no longer get lots of Ember. We only get 4. You have Inspire, so it's useful to do Echo Infusion where you are. So let's do that. Echo Infusion right there. Revenge of the Damned doesn't kill anything, because we haven't added a stone to it that allows it to do that. Return to Soul could get something back that we could play right now. And it would have Consume, which isn't too bad. We could get back... I think I'm going to do it. So we're not playing Prismal Dust for 5 damage shield. Don't think we need the 5 damage shield, honestly. So let's play Return Soul. And then we decide whether we're getting a Fracture back or a Shade Splitter. I think the Fractures are just always better, even though we're going to consume it. So then we Fracture the boss, and then we play Umbra Stone on our big guy up here, because he has 59 times 2 attack, and he's getting more every turn. Okay. Also, I can't actually see how much fuel he has, because it gets covered over. You can kind of see it when you scroll up. How much fuel do you have? You've got 4 fuel. Alright. Good. So we can't play spells at the top. You consume all of my morsels. I could play Feast, which is a spell that we would play at the top. I understand that that would go against what I just said. However, do we really care about these other spells that much? I think the answer is no, so we do it anyway. We could play a spell somewhere else first, though. Just to deal some damage, or apply some Fracture. Let's apply some Reap to you, and then play Feast at the top, so that you get all of those morsel benefits before he gets to sweep them away. Alright, and then the Prismal Dust is much worse now. I don't think we need the Prismal Dust in this battle. The Prismal Dust has Permafrost as well. It's interesting for something that's kind of bad. We could do another Return Soul. I do like that option. We could Fracture you, which would guaranteed kill you before you get to the next floor. Or we could Fracture the boss again. I mean, I don't know which one of those is better. Fracturing the boss has been pretty good so far. Let's play the Return Soul first. Return Soul, get me back one of these. Could be this Fracture. Okay, so now we've got 2 Fractures that we get to play. Let's play the Bogfly in the center, behind you, because we've got one sweep unit, but it's only doing 4 damage. So the Bogfly will survive. And then let's do fractures just on the boss, because the Spine Chief will survive, even against these 2 attacks. Sure, you know? Fracture the boss. And the boss might get even more reap because of the strike. The strike dealing for adding echoes might cause the boss to get even more reap. Okay, we don't want to play spells at the bottom, probably. You know, this time I really don't care to play spells at the bottom. We could play the Echo Infusion at the top, I like that. You have an Inspire effect that I haven't really been using. And then, you know, the Revenge of the Damned actually works really well here. And Mind Collapse is not great. I think we fracture the boss. No, we don't fracture the boss because of spells at the bottom. I think what we do is we play Prismal Dust on, I guess, the top floor, because you just do so much more damage. And then we can Mind Collapse somewhere too. And I think we also do that at the top for the Inspire effect. Okay. I'm really surprised at how well this is going, by the way. It's been going very well, and I am surprised by that. Let's do the Echo Infusion again up here. We have so few cards in our deck. We've got 14 cards left in the deck, out of the 24 that started there. Which means we keep drawing these spells over and over again, which means we want the spells that we draw to be good. That's the main problem. They're not good. I think that Shade Splitter is better just because of the reap, even though we can only add the morsel here. Okay. We've got Return Soul again. I like playing these fractures. We could play Fracture, Returned Soul, and Fracture. And that just adds a bunch of reap to the boss. The boss is easily taking care of the center, but we didn't really improve the center that much. And then the top, we totally destroy the boss. Alright. Well, that actually went really well. We didn't take a single damage. We don't really want Unearthed Remains. We could get Perfect Insanity. It's better now than it was before. And I do want it. Let's take it. It's better now than it was before. And here's one of the hard questions. I always want Herzl's Compound, but I don't think that's the right choice here. I think either Fell's Remorse or Light of Seraph make the most sense. The thing about Light of Seraph is that it means that our center and top might become a little bit better when we play Feast. But I think that doesn't affect that much. I think we really do want even another Fell's Remorse. Feels wrong for us to want Fell's Remorse that much. But our spells just cost a lot and we have X cost cards. Man, is Light of Seraph really not the right choice? It might be the right choice, though. Alright, Fell's Remorse, Light of Seraph. I can't decide. I'm gonna have to just randomly choose one. think we take Light of Seraph. Alright. We are given an option to take a... Oh. Is this not a divine artifact? Yes, it is. This is a divine artifact. And I think we should take one, because the next battle is going to be hard. We could take a divine Mark of an Exile, so that our champion is even better next battle. I think we take that. So we've got 2 Marks of an Exile at the top there. Ridiculous. Okay, this is the one where we're duplicating. We have to go to the right here. No real choices. So this is really not going to do much of anything for us, but we take it. It gives us some money, I guess. We upgrade our champion. We want the Infector. Multi-strike 2. Multi-strike 2. Oh man, I like it. And then I know what we want to duplicate, so do we want to go to the Concealed Caverns or the Define Horde first? Let's go to the Concealed Caverns first. What do you give us? You give us a Train Graveyard. I mean, losing Pyre health doesn't really do much of anything. So we could give all of our units plus 10 health, which, you know, does something, especially for morsels, because the morsels have more health, so they could survive some sweep. Or we could have the Pyre regain health during a battle, or we could get a simple Heartstone. I think we get the Petrified Heart. We don't have any healing, unless we get the morsel that gives us lifesteal. So yeah. Petrified Heart it is. Next we go Divine Horde. Jack Strips is always fine. Pyre Wall is not the worst option, honestly. Although I think Cleansing Water is really kind of helpful, because the buff effects that come up in the next few battles are really dangerous. Let's take Cleansing Water. Alright, let us duplicate our favorite unit, the Morsel Master Morsel Maker. Alright, 120 pack shards, let's go. Mark of Invasion. Is that bad? Kinda bad. It's not that bad. We've got a Spine Chief that we can put at the top. Let's turn it on. And remember, if anything gets to the top, as long as we don't take 50 damage, we're fine. Okay. We took the Light of Seraph, which means the Spine Chief can go at the top, because we can put the Alloyed Construct in the center. So, we are playing the Spine Chief and the Master Morsel Maker at the top. And then we're playing a Fracture somewhere. So, this, and then a Fracture. If we play a Fracture in the center, one of them might die. But maybe we want to Fracture those, because it's not like we have a different way to deal with them other than Fracture. And they do a lot of damage. I don't know. Don't know the answer to that one. Maybe we just play Prismal Dust on the top. It's not very good when we're taking, like, little bits of damage, though. So, I'm gonna play Fracture at the bottom. Fracture one of those. I don't know if that's the right choice. Certainly seemed like a strange choice. Okay, so the Alloyed Construct we want to put in the center. The main problem is that we don't want it to die this turn. and that might be hard to accomplish. I mean, it doesn't die this turn. Does it die next turn, though? We could return Soul a Fracture, but that would cost 1. So we couldn't play the Alloyed Construct and do that. I think we have to play the Alloyed Construct, though. We could return Soul to get... I really don't want to get Echo Infusion right now, because I want the Echo Infusion to survive through the battle. Don't want it to consume it. But we could return Soul the Fracture. Even though we're not playing it this turn, we have it in the deck. Oh, you do die. How do you die? 15 times 3 is 45. Oh. Oh, darn. We killed our Alloyed Construct for no benefit. Oh, that was dumb. Alright, we're dependent solely on the champion. Because we did a really dumb thing. Okay. Well, we have Ancient Resonance, which we could do at the top to deal 20 damage. It's something. It's even better if we play something that adds an echo first, like the Shade Splitter. Because that would save a ton of damage if we did that. So now we play Ancient Resonance to kill those. And then we play this one down here. Doesn't really matter where it goes, does it? Doesn't really matter. Alright, next turn... Next turn is a somewhat difficult turn for us to figure out what we're going to do. Hopefully we draw a card that makes it easier. We drew a Mind Collapse, which helps, because we can get rid of this damage. You are making it to the top right now, which is scary because you do a fair amount of damage. We really need some of these guys to die before they make it to the top, which I think means we play Fracture somewhere. I think we play Fracture at the bottom on you. And then we play Shade Splitter. We can play multiple things. We can actually play everything in our hand if we want to. So let's do a Shade Splitter down here. And then let's play the Mind Collapse up here to kill you. That means we're gaining health instead of losing health this turn. But you are still making it to the top. And you deal 20 damage to the Pyre, which is quite scary. The Ember Forge just dies anywhere we put it. But adding more Reap to things at the bottom is useful, so we're going to do it. You got Damage Shield 3. I forgot about your Damage Shield 3. Let's put a morsel in front of you. See if you survive. You still don't survive. Oh well. Okay. Don't know what we're gonna do. Oh, we took only 10 damage. Only 10 damage is much better than what I said we were gonna take. We got a Revenge of the Damned, which is good. We got a Feast, which is good. Because we can feast... Yeah, this is good. I wish that we had upgraded the Revenge of the Damned so it did more damage. But it does kill this one. And Extract 1 means that it kills that one no problem. Let's do it. So, kill this one no problem. Wonderful. That actually was very good. We can't allow you to get to the top, which is a problem currently. But if we play Feast, then we can play a Bogfly in the back up here. We can actually fit both Bogflies, but if we fit another one, we'd get less morsels. But is that so bad? Because 2 Bogflies does a lot more damage. Might not be so bad. Let's do another Bogfly. 1 less morsel per turn is upsetting, but okay. I really want you to die before you make it to the top, so I'm thinking about doing a fracture here. I guess we will. Okay, well, at least the next turn will be no problem at the top. Ooh, a brief respite. We actually kind of need this brief respite. So Ancient Resonance is good in the center. We want to do a fracture and an Ancient Resonance. Fracture and Ancient Resonance is what we want to do. And let's fracture this one. Fracture that one. Oh no, we can't afford an Ancient Resonance. We really wanted to. I thought we had 4, but I played Bogflies last turn. Well, we could play Feast. I don't know that Feast does much for us if we didn't play Umbra Assault, which we didn't. Okay, that was not a great turn. I have to admit, that was bad. Made a couple mistakes in this battle. It could cause us the battle because we made those mistakes. We can't allow this one to make it to the top. And there's not a lot of things we can do to prevent that from happening. There are some things we can do, but there's not a lot. This one we can allow to make it to the top. If we played a Revenge of the Damned on you, and you got 1 more Reap, then we would be fine. We can accomplish that by playing Prismal Dust. But I don't want to play Prismal Dust. I want to play Morsel Master, Morsel Maker in the center. Or a Perfect Insanity at the bottom, which we can't do. Okay. So, how about we play Revenge of the Damned and Perfect Insanity? I don't like it. Let's play Revenge of the Damned and see what happens. Okay, you're dying now. So, we could play a Shade Splitter at the top. And we would be fine. Because then we would kill this one, I think. Okay, I'm going to play a Shade Splitter at the top. And now we've done all of that. Playing the Rubble Morsel is probably worse than just keeping it in the deck. I don't think that's true. Let's play it and let it die. Okay, we haven't done anything to the bottom floor, which is not a great thing. But at least nothing made it to the top that we couldn't allow to make it to the top. Okay, now, Echo Infusion is really easy. We need you to have more health. Mind Collapse is easy because it kills one of these. I guess the next thing that we need to do is figure out what spell we're getting back. We could get back Perfect Insanity. Huh. That's pretty good. Let's get back Perfect Insanity. So, Return Soul, Perfect Insanity. So now it has Consume, but it's not like we were going to be playing it multiple times anyway. Now, the next thing we do is play Prismal Dust on you, applying 4 damage shield. And then we play Mind Collapse on one of these, and Perfect Insanity on the boss. And there was enough Reap to hit you that you die. You actually got all the Reap for some reason. We could play a Shade Splitter. think it's worthwhile. The boss gets some reap. And then the rubble morsel goes there. Alright, I think we've handled this one just fine. Even though I've made a couple mistakes that were real bad, we handle it just fine. We never played our Umbra Stone, which was part of the problem during the battle. Remember that that was all with a Divine Mark of the Exile. So, that was with a huge benefit that we're not going to have next battle. But we got lots of money. Lots of money is good. Soul-crushing guilt. Ooh, I want that. Being able to play dazed on the boss is really nice. Okay. I don't think we can play Void Binding. Grovel seems kind of bad. Prism Retrieval is interesting because it's another thing that we could draw in our opening hand to get cards that we want. It's just that it might draw a Bogfly or an Emberforge, which would not be the best for it to do. Prism Retrieval. Prism Retrieval would basically only be valuable if we could pay 2 for it, because then we could get a Morsel Master or Alloyed Construct. I think I'm going to take it, but I again don't know if that was the correct choice to make. Alright, looking at these options, I think our best chance is probably the left, because getting the Hellvent and removing 2 cards really improves the deck that we have. Getting a Merchant of Steel improves the deck too, but we don't have that many things to add stones to that are units. And the Pyramanes does nothing. This allows us to get a little bit more gold, which might help, but not as much as removing 2 cards and duplicating. So let's go left. Let's look at all 3 of these places. A Freeze Stone. I like the Freeze Stones. Freeze Stones are pretty good with the spells that we have. Merchant of Trinkets. Mind Jacks is not bad. Mask of Penumbra. I think the Mask of Penumbra works with Morsel Masters. I mean Morsel Makers, which all of my Morsel Makers are Morsel Masters. I think it works with those, which means that we would draw an extra 1 every turn. Refined Void does nothing because we took Petrified Heart. Mind Jacks is nice. A True Stone and an Extreme Stone. How interesting. The Engage Pact, we could sacrifice one of those. I mean, I don't think that's worthwhile. We're not going to do an Engage Pact. We're going to get to 150 pack shards again, though, because we're probably going to take both of these and duplicate a card that has stones in it. Let's think about what we're duplicating. There's lots of good choices. One of the good choices is the Morsel Makers, because the Morsel Makers are kind of our bread and butter. They can do a lot even on their own. So the Morsel Makers are perfectly viable as an option to duplicate again. However, I've been kind of thinking that Soul Crushing Guilt or the Echo Infusion are pretty good duplicates as well. Those are pretty good duplicates as well. The True Stone. Where are we adding True Stone? I really want it on Revenge of the Damned. Okay. That was easy, right? Either that or Ancient Resonance. Oh man. Actually, let's put the True Stone on Ancient Resonance and put the Extreme Stone on the Revenge of the Damned. So we're at 145 pack shards. We want 5 more, basically. That could be by duplicating one of the cards that I've added one of these stones to. Such as Morsel Maker, or Revenge of the Damned, or Ancient Resonance. I don't think we want those duplicated. I think we want Morsel Maker duplicated. Morsel Maker is our bread and butter. Alright, now we've got 160 pack shards. Right. Remove 2. I think we go to the Merchant of Trinkets next. We definitely want Mask of Penumbra. That is no question at all. I don't know if we want Mind Jacks or not. The center floor currently has 5 space. Adding 2 more would make it 7 space, which is not enough for us to like stack Spine Chief, Alloyed Construct, and a Morsel Maker, which would be incredible. And the Morsel Makers that go at the top are going to create morsels that die in the last Divinity fight, if I remember how much attack the last Divinity has. So I think that adding 2 space in the center doesn't do much. So we're going to re-roll. Decayed Decoy is quite nice. Hell's Banners is amazing. That gives us 3 extra Ember every turn. After we've played a Morsel Maker. Which we will play one of those. So, unfortunately, that doesn't leave us much money. We can't get both of these, for example. Do we want the Ember, or do we want the extra stacks of Reap? I think we want the Ember. Let's get Hell's Banners. Okay. We have 190 now. That means we can't purge another card in here, because we're going to take a Freestone. There's lots of good things to put Freestone on. Feast is one of those, because you want to play it at very specific times. Perfect Insanity is another one that's quite good with a Freestone. Soul Crushing Guilt is good with a Freestone. I think we most want the Freestone on Perfect Insanity. And Perfect Insanity might also want the Emberstone. There's a couple good options for Emberstone. But now that we have a Freestone on Perfect Insanity, it might be the best option. Yeah, I think we want that on Perfect Insanity. It's important to put an Emberstone on this one because we need to play it alongside something else to get the Extract 6 to happen. Alright, and then we've got 60, which can only buy a Surge Stone. I think we don't want a Surge Stone. No, we don't. Alright. We've done all of the money things. We've done everything we're doing in here. So let's remove 2 cards. This Bogfly could definitely go at this point. And Shade Splitters can also go. We could just get rid of Shade Splitters entirely. Instead of the Bogfly? Yeah, instead of the Bogfly. Remove all of our Shade Splitters. We have no secondary clan. I mean, we've got the clan, but we haven't chosen primary or exiled of that clan anymore. Alright. That's what we have going on. Are we going to win against Seraph the Temperant? I think we probably will, but I think we lose against the last Divinity. We'll see. We'll see if we can get through both of these. Prideful Emblem, friendly unit center with SAP 3. Not the biggest thing. It's bad. Don't get me wrong, but it's not the biggest thing. We did not get a Morsel Maker on the first turn. How very unfortunate. I mean, Morsel Maker is what I meant. We probably want to put the Shard Soul Carver... Well, you know what? If we don't put it at the top, or if we put it at the top, we need to play Fracture on that one for it to die. Oh, how weird. Alright. I think I do want the Alloyed Construct at the top, though. Spine Chief in the center. Spine Chief in the center. Alloyed Construct at the top. Yeah. And then Fracture you, because we need to do that to make sure that you die. We could Fracture the boss, but I think we need to Fracture this Shadewings to make sure that it dies. It's going to be a slow make sure that it dies, but I think we need to make sure that it dies. As the first Shadewing. Oh, there we go. There's the Morsel Masters. Alright, the problem is we can't play 2 of them this turn. We can only play 1. Oh, we can, because we've got Mind Collapse. Great. Alright, Morsel Maker at the top. That one is definitely necessary. We could play Feast, which does nothing. We could play Perfect Insanity nowhere. So I guess we just play Mind Collapse now. Mind Collapse could kill this Shadewings. Or it could kill one of the future Shadewings. I think we kill a future Shadewings. And then we get to play a Morsel Maker here. You're not dying. Oh. Oh, we can play another Morsel Maker. Is that beneficial? Let's think about where we would play this that it would be beneficial. Because you are going to add 4 morsels. If we played at the bottom, it would survive this turn. Ooh, we could play it at the bottom. It does mean that we're going to take 15 damage on our pyre, which is bad. That's bad. But I think we might do it. So Morsel Maker at the bottom survives this turn, because you only have a 15 times 2, you've got a 10. And then it puts out morsels for itself every turn. If we played at the top, this dies this turn, and you guys still only put out 4 morsels a turn. So I think we put it at the bottom. We're going to take 15 damage on our pyre because we did this. Which is very unfortunate, because our pyre only has 50 damage. Only has 50 health in it. And there's something that deals 45 damage coming up the pyre. Okay. Now then, what do we do this turn? This turn, this one is not dying. That's unacceptable. How are you not dying? I understand that you gain 15 armor on Harvest, but don't you die immediately? Because none of my guys die. And then my guy attacks, right? Oh no, you don't have any fuel yet. You don't have any fuel. We could get Mind Collapse back and kill that one. Or we can let it go to the top because it only does 11 damage to the pyre. Oh man. Every time I say a new plan, it looks like it's a scarier option than the last one. Okay. Right now, my Morsel Maker at the bottom is dying, which I do not like. We can't really cause that not to happen, can we? No, there's just too many times 2 attacks. Okay, well, Morsel Maker at the bottom, you die. Very sad. Should have played you at the top, I guess. I keep looking in here because of Returned Soul. I don't really know what we would want to do it on. I don't really want to have Mind Collapse consumed, we could do it on a Fracture. Also, the Mask of Penumbra did not work with the morsel makers, by the way. And we have no other way to make morsels, except Umbra Assault, which consumes. So it was actually a really bad choice, because I misremembered how that interaction worked. Oh well. I'm worried about you, too. I mean, we have Perfect Insanity in the deck to take care of things like you. But it might not be enough. Okay, I think what we need to do is fracture one of these. And then let the bottom die. We could return Soul. Return Soul, a fracture, just don't play it this turn. Okay, end turn. Okay, we're taking 11 more damage in the pyre, which is very scary. Okay, that center floor looks pretty scary. Our guy dies this turn. Oh my. Oh no, you added so much armor to my units. Or to your units. Oh no. 75 armor? Alright. That's really bad. We need to do Perfect Insanity this turn. And Prismal Dust. So. You will probably do 10 damage to the fire. Alright. We could do Umbra Assault this turn to kill that back one. Although... Oh, actually, the Ancient Resonance kills all but the front unit of theirs. Okay, actually we're okay. Because we can do a fracture on the boss. We can do Perfect Insanity. We have to do the Perfect Insanity after doing Ancient Resonance, fortunately, because you're going to add a bunch of armor to the boss because of this. Oh well. We've got to do it. The boss got a lot of armor. The boss has so much health. And then Perfect Insanity, we could kill you now, which is good. Killing you now is good. Okay, I like killing you now. The boss does have a fair amount of reap. We can't play our Bogfly because we don't have our Feast this turn. We could play the Prismal Dust, but we kind of made it so that we didn't need to. We could play the Prism Retrieval to get a better Bogfly or the Ember Forge, both of which don't seem like great options this turn. You doing 10 damage to the pyre is bad. I guess what we're going to do is Umbra Assault. Oh no, it doesn't kill you. It does 23 damage. We could do Umbra Assault to prevent 10 damage to our pyre. Let's do that. Alright. Not my best Umbra Assault by far. Prism Retrieval could get one of those so that we could play it a future turn. And consume Prism Retrieval so we don't keep drawing them. We're not going to play this turn, because it just dies, right? Yeah, it just dies. Although we could put this Bogfly in front of it, and then it wouldn't just die. I like it. Alright. Ember Forge, give me some Ember. We need it for our Prismal Dust. Okay, we're going to take a lot of damage next turn. Or my center floor is going to take a lot of damage next turn, probably. Soul Crushing Guilt is nice. I like the Umbra Stone. I think we have to play Umbra Stone, and I don't know which one we have to play it on. Probably our middle floor, because you've got the ×3 attack, so you're going to do generally more damage. And I think you need the Echo Infusion. Echo Infusion... that gives us more Ember. Soul Crushing Guilt could prevent the damage, or Dazed Seraph. Dazing Seraph doesn't seem very valuable. Fracture on you doesn't kill you because you're going to gain 15 armor because you're killing my Ember Forge. Don't really like that. I'm thinking about this Soul Crushing Guilt. I think we're going to play it here to save 15 health on my guy. Especially because we still get the Ember. Okay, and then I think we've got to play Umberstone. And then this might be the best Prismal Dust that we're going to get. Because we've got 4. It might not be the best Prismal Stone that we're going to get. It's just that we have 4 extra, and the only thing that we're really going to spend it on is Fracture. Let's do the Fracture. Alright, kills that one. That's actually pretty nice. So we've still got a Prismal Dust in the deck whenever we really need to play it. I mean, in the hand, because it has the Freeze Stone. Our middle floor is getting unhealthy, because we keep not playing Prismal Dust, so we keep losing health. Our deck is getting smaller, which is good, because we need some things to happen. Alright, so in the center, I'm going to play the Echo Infusion in the center this time. Echo Infusion in the center. And then... you know... we could kill the front one if we played Revenge of the Damned on it. But I was kind of thinking of using Revenge of the Damned to gain Ember this turn. Or gain Echoes. Huh, let me think about that. Because killing that front one is quite valuable. It's quite valuable. We're not doing anything to the bottom floor this turn. We do have Ancient Resonance, Mind Collapse, and Perfect Insanity and Soul Crushing Guilt in our deck, though. So I'm thinking about Revenge of the Damned, and I think we do play it, so that we kill you, so that those guys don't gain health. And then we play our Prismal Dust, because I don't think we're going to get better than 7 damage shield. So we finally play the Prismal Dust. Okay. Bogfly, you need to be in the same hand as Feast for that to work. And you haven't done that yet. Oh, we're taking 10 more damage, aren't we? Forgot about that one. Well, you know, we can handle 10 more damage. We just really can't take any more. Oh boy. Pyre's at 14. Pyre's at 14. This one doesn't die. We wanted to use Ancient Resonance on this floor to kill that one. We really want the Perfect Insanity on this floor to kill this one. So I think we're going to do a Fracture down there. And we could return Soul something. But I don't know that we want to this turn. Okay, I feel like we've got to take care of that Light Wings. So we've got to do something there. We wanted to do Ancient Resonance. We want to do Perfect Insanity here, although we could just wait until next turn to do Perfect Insanity. It's just that that would mean we wouldn't play the Fracture to kill this one. Although we could play Ancient Resonance at the bottom. No. Could play Ancient Resonance at the bottom. Although, still like it in the center. Alright. We want to play all of our cards on every floor. That's a problem. Alright. I think what we're going to do is save the Perfect Insanity for next turn. We're going to play the Ancient Resonance here, so we take a lot less damage. And then we're going to play the Fracture here, so that you don't kill us, because you would hit the pipe. Yeah. Okay. Returned Soul could get back something. We could get back a Fracture, because they are getting worse. So yeah, let's return Soul of Fracture. That way we can fracture the boss up here too. Could have fractured this one. Should have fractured that one? Probably. Okay, we're barely surviving. Still. But we are surviving. We got the Mind Collapse, which can kill this one, or this one. We got the Feast, but we didn't get the Feast at the same time as my Bogfly. Still. We do want to play Perfect Insanity on that one. So I think what we're going to do is play... We've got to play something in the center so that we can play the Perfect Insanity on that one. Like a Soul Crushing Guilt. Soul Crushing Guilt you, so that you're dazed. Perfect Insanity to kill... Oh no! Soul Crushing Guilt had Extract 3. What was I doing? Okay. We could Mind Collapse you instead. That was so bad. Alright. I think we made mistakes. Again. I think we fracture here. Did we fracture the boss? Let's play the Perfect Insanity down here, now that we made it so that we really can't play it in the center. Fracture the boss. Perfect Insanity you. Then we can Mind Collapse for a fairly good amount of damage. We could do that at the bottom. If we Feast right now, you will get more attack right now to do your ×3, which means we will deal more damage to that one. Okay. You know, it wasn't great, but we did something. Okay, oh my gosh, we're at the... we are at the Relentless phase. Oh my, we have not done all the things we need to do. Before the Relentless phase happened, we have not done those things. Okay, in that case, 13 times 5 is your attack. You only have 45 health. I think we're gonna die. We definitely Feast, because that's helpful. Now we're doing 630. Revenge of the Damned could kill you, which means you have more health for the Seraph part of this battle. That's something. And then we fracture Seraph, and we play Mind Collapse on Seraph. Okay. I think we're gonna die. Because you just don't have much health. We lost a lot of health during the battle, because we weren't able to use spells for the enemies. And a lot of the enemies had the 25 or 15 times 3 attack. So, yeah, we're doing almost nothing right now. We can play all of the cards in our hand, which is good, but we have to get to the point that 13 times 5 doesn't kill my front unit. 13 times 5, how much is that? It is... That's 65? Actually, 65 isn't terrible. You are not dying immediately now, which is why Seraph is taking more damage. Right, well, anyway, that's still by far not enough. Okay. We die to Seraph. I really wonder what could have gone better there. Particularly these two artifact purchases. I wonder if we could have done better than that. But, again, I'm pretty happy with how far we got, even though we didn't win. I feel like we did pretty well. Heartless applied 92. Our previous best was 48. Wow, alright. Crushed that record. And, well, that's it for today. We're going to do the next expert challenge next time. We haven't won one in a little bit. I hope we win next time. Since this was a loss, no new mastered cards. On the right, I am featuring the Master of Light, who stands in for all enemies with sweep. These are very annoying when you are playing with morsels, and one of the reasons why morsels having extra health is good. Seraph the Temperant is the only enemy I have not killed 10 times, and unfortunately I actually had the chance this time and blew it. I'll beat you yet, Seraph the Temperant. On the left, Ancient Resonance reaches my 10 battle threshold and is a great example of a good card that is very hurt by an additional ember in its cost. I was able to use this spell effectively, but only in the later battles. Shade Splitter becomes the 18th card to reach my 100 battle threshold, where I stop counting. It is also the 8th of the clan starting cards to do so. I only have 4 more starter cards that I need to get to 100 battles. For artifacts, I am featuring 2 that made it to my 10 battle threshold. Hardened Hull I took at the very beginning to help me out with egg units, and I found exactly 0 egg units during the run, so this did nothing. This was a very rare run in which I took rationing scales, and I think it was simply a good decision. It made me a little bit of money, gave me a little bit of breathing room in a couple battles, and ultimately was not the cause of my downfall. Check out my tracking sheet, link in the video description, new episodes every Saturday, and thanks for watching.